There has been a crazy amount of Tesla in the news lately, and I kind of want to sweep it all into a pile, give you my thoughts, ask for your thoughts, and kind of just make sense of all of this. Plus, we finally have FSD numbers to share. All right, first up today is, of course, the cancellation, the discontinuing, the killing of the Tesla Model S and Tesla Model X. It's that's big news. It's huge, massive, earth-shattering news to the outside casual Tesla news viewer. Obviously, if you own an S or an X, it's kind of sad. It's kind of a bummer. But when you look at the numbers that I'm putting up on the screen right now, and you compare the sales figures to the Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y that I'm in, compared to, I like how they put it into all the others. And all the others means is Model S, Model X, and yes, Cybertruck. So I think the writing's on the wall on that Cybertruck. They need to rework something when it comes to the Cybertruck. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think those days might be numbered as well. But back to S and X. Model S came out in 2012, a earth-shattering, pivotal moment for the Tesla brand. They were moving from the Lotus-based chassis of the Tesla Roadster and basically reworking everything. They did everything on their own. The Model S is theirs, manufacturing, all that kind of stuff. So it was their first manufactured in that way Tesla. Model X came in 2015. The original, I don't know if you remember this, the original Model X actually had the weird black nose cone on it. I'm not sure if that actually made it into production or not, but the videos from the release was kind of weird looking. It looked like the S. Even the nose cone on the Model S was kind of weird looking. My only experience with either of those cars is in 2019, I took delivery of my first Tesla Model 3 SR Plus. It had some weird paint anomalies on the front quarter panel there, and I took it in within the first couple of weeks, and they had to, do some paint corrections and buffing and all that kind of stuff, and it came out great. That's besides the point. During that week, they gave me a Model S loaner. Yeah, imagine that. So we had a Model S for the first week in the first couple of weeks of owning our Model 3. And while it was absolutely impressive off the line, it just puts you in your seat. Incredible. I was blown away. Had a little bit of regret, but the price tag was just way out of reach compared to the Model 3 at the time. So, yeah, it's a fun car to drive. But that said, I found it kind of large, kind of like a giant land boat. Putting it in the garage, it barely fit. It was too big for my taste. In fact, this Tesla Model Y Juniper, this 2026Y, for me, also too big. I'm a smaller kind of guy. I prefer the Model 3. Why do I have a Model Y Juniper? Because my kids outgrew the back seat in the 3. I still enjoy driving it, though. We still have it. Still a lot of fun to drive. So I don't like big cars, but that's just me. Model X was never on my radar because of the Falcon doors. I found it kind of funky and weird, so it just was never even a factor. I like the Model Y's regular doors. So yeah, this is a big moment. So why are they doing this? Well, the sales are kind of dismal in comparison to the Model 3 and the Model Y. But the other reason is Elon's evil Optimus Robots are going to be built on the same area of the factory. So they need to make space. Wait, did I just say all that out loud? Helpful family cleaning up the house kind of robot that would never have any ill intentions towards today's society. That's, yeah, forget all the evil stuff that I just said. I don't know where that came from. So Model S, Model X coming to an end in Q2. So if you want a Model S or X, now is the time to get it. Another thing that I just thought of, how long are they going to provide service and support for these particular two cars? I hope it's at least 10 years, because after that, they kind of lose their, tech value, so to speak. There's no word on that yet either. So you buy it at your own risk, that is for sure. People are also freaking out over hardware 4.5. cars are delivering with labels that say 4 or 5 on the CPU labels, and people are thinking, oh, that's between 4 and 5, so that must be the in-between version. And yeah, I don't think that's true. I think Tesla came out and said that that was a mislabel, and it's actually 4, so don't get too excited. Elon is still working on version 5 himself in his back laboratory as a mad scientist. So 5 probably next year at some point. So yeah, 4.5, either they're not saying that's the truth, didn't think people would notice or even look, or maybe 4.5 is an actual thing. Uh, any way you look at it, it doesn't seem to be affecting full self-drive in the near term. It seems like hardware 4 is what we got for at least a little bit longer, probably 2027 before we see hardware 5 and having full self-drive optimized for all that kind of stuff. So yeah, don't read too much into the whole 4.5 hardware thing. By the way, I got the numbers right here in front of me. It's not hardware 5. They're now calling it AI 5. And we're looking at a targeted 50x performance improvement over the AI 4 chip. Those are the chips, so not hardware. We're calling it hardware 4 and hardware 5 and all that kind of stuff. So 10x raw compute and 9x memory capacity. This is going to be crazy. Back to the robots, by the way. Optimus is going to be unveiled in a few months. This is going to be kind of interesting that they're going to be building robots. And then assuming once those robots are built, those robots are going to build more robots because the people aren't going to be needed to build the robots anymore. It'll just be robots building robots. And yeah, that's not scary at all. Also in the news, Autopilot gone, slashed from delivering models. Now, to answer your question, if you've got a current model and it has Autopilot on it, they're not getting rid of that. At least not yet, as far as we know. You know, it's Tesla. So yeah, any delivering brand new model, Autopilot is gone. They are going to give you traffic aware cruise control instead if you don't have the FSD package. A lot of media sites are saying now FSD is $99 a month. Yeah, it's been that for a long time. I'm not sure where you got that headline from, but Autopilot basically is not FSD. I've seen some comments on Facebook. Yeah, I'm using Autopilot around town. No, don't do that. It's basically for Freeway. It doesn't recognize like anything on the surface streets and stuff like that. So Autopilot basically for Freeway. Yeah, so that's gone and not a thing anymore unless you already have it. And there's millions of cars out there that still do have it. But let's be honest, it hasn't gotten the fair share of updated code like the FSD package has. So it's been kind of stale for a while. Just wanted to let you know, that's it. Autopilot, gone. One of the biggest stories recently is that $8,000 full self-driving buyout package. Yeah, that's gone in a couple of weeks too. February 14th is the date that you will no longer be able to buy outright the FSD package, supposedly for life. And we finally have numbers as to just how many people are using FSD. And I know a lot of people out there are kind of scratching their head going, wow, that's not as many as I thought. So here are the numbers. I'll put them on the screen. I'll read them along with you. 1.1 million active people are using FSD. Now that's between the $99 a month as well as the $8,000 buyout package. Actually, the $8,000 buyout package is the majority of them. 770,000 are the buyout package. And I have never quite understood why anybody would ever buy the full self-driving buyout package. And here's what I mean. It would take you about 7 years to recoup that money to where you don't have to pay anymore for that. Then the car is so outdated, you need the brand new version. And let's be honest, Tesla hasn't always allowed you to transfer FSD to another car. They usually use that at end of quarter sales incentives to move it to a brand new car. The other thing that's come up recently that people are kind of freaking out over is, okay, great. I buy the full self-driving $8,000 package, which now says supervised. If they add 2 more letters and make it unsupervised, Do you still have the full self-driving package for $8,000? Or did that money just buy you the supervised only? Obviously, we don't know. Tesla hasn't told us. So, quite honestly, throughout history, as soon as the $99 a month package hit, I was scratching my head as to why people would ever buy the $8,000 package. Because you lose it the second the car is totaled. Insurance doesn't care. You don't get the same resale value. It's about a $2,000 return as an upgrade. People don't really know or care or wonder or whatever about full self-driving on the package. They don't care that you paid $8,000. You're not going to get that money back. And it takes 7 years to recoup it or to get to the point where it's paid off. So I never understood it. Without any terminology in the contract that you get to transfer from car to car, if that was a thing, I think more people would have bought it. If you could buy it outright for $8,000 and transfer from car to car, or at least to the next car, 2 cars, let's say 2 cars, I think it would have been even more popular. So right now, those numbers kind of low when you consider the entire Tesla fleet out there. And finally, Cybercab, yeah, it's a real thing, going into production very soon. And they released the colors too. It's like gold and red, and I think it's 4 colors total. I'll find it and throw it up there on the screen. But yeah, to answer your question, Cybercab going into production to be used around towns, driving people around. And yeah, there's no steering wheel, even on production. No steering wheel whatsoever. So Tesla going all in on these autonomous vehicles. They're not quite autonomous yet. They don't have that level of rating just yet, but yeah, they're going all in. Just a giant screen in the middle of the actual Cybercabs. Right now, they are using production Model Ys, as far as I can tell. I don't think they're using 3s. They're using Model Ys, and of course, the steering wheel is still there. So without that steering wheel, that means they can haul around 1 extra passenger. That's kind of cool. All right, there's a lot to comment here. So what do you think? Model S, Model X going away. Autopilot going away. Full self-drive going to subscription only. No more $8,000 buyout package. Pick your poison. Make your comments. Let's mix it up down there, and we will talk. I'm sure there is going to be passion coming from all sides on these latest developments from Tesla. All right, be sure to watch this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like more content. We are popping out all kinds of stuff. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.